Hey everybody, I wanted to show you what I'm working on now as a craft, and they are puzzle necklaces. These can be made for kids with the cute little kid puzzles. They have some really nice, elegant or fancy adult puzzles. You can use those if you want to make an adult necklace. Um, just anything. I have some vintage puzzles that I'm going to make Kaylin some necklaces and me some necklaces. And they're just fun, and you can really use your imagination with them. I have one that's done, one that's about done, and I'm going to work on one with y'all. And so I'll just show you now what I have done. I don't have the chain on the first one I'm going to show you because it's the one that's about done, but I feel like it needs something else put on it. But here's the puzzle, and this all came from the same puzzle, and this is the face of the squirrel is a couple pieces, and then from the same puzzle is this cattail and the water and all, and the squirrel is looking at a tree trunk, and you can see the dots are where I've made glue gun dots and then let it dry and then put a couple dots back so that it would glue, so it would have a little bit of interest in it. Then up here I took a pine cone, and towards the end the little petals were curved, and so I made a little flower and then I put a button in the center, and the center button's a little bit slanted because of the way the petals were, but that's okay because I think if things are perfect then they're not very interesting. That's just my opinion. So this came from a Donald Duck puzzle, and I'll show you the rest of that puzzle in a minute. Here's the one I finished. I got the chain at a yard sale for $1, and here's the puzzle. It's a little Christmas puzzle. I put where it had leaves on the puzzle, so I would put a little leaf over it. These are Dollar Tree leaves that came in a pack, and what I did was painted them with clear polish first so that when you cut them they would not fray. But I just put real leaves where the leaves for the puzzle were. I put some ribbon. I don't know if you can see on the eyes, right here on the bow, and along the pumpkins down here, and I'm not sure where else, but I put little seed beads of the same color to give it some interest. And here's the box for this puzzle. So I just took one of the bears and put it across the bottom portion of the pumpkin area. So there's stuff where I could make another puzzle necklace with that. And then I E6000 this chain to it, and it right there you see it'll come apart so Kaylin can wear it. On the back I painted it with black fingernail polish, and on the one I just showed you I did it with blue fingernail polish, and that goes well. And just find whatever you have that you think you would like to put on here and just make it your own creation. Kaylin loves it. It would be just such a cute thing to do for a little child or even an adult that likes weird stuff. But I'm going to show you the puzzle I'm going to work on with you, and this will take a lot of segments to do this because, you know, I have to like paint stuff, let it dry. And I don't know if I told you or not, but on this one, before I put the beads and stuff, I put a coat of clear polish on it just to kind of give it some shine and some protection. So the puzzle, well, I would show you the puzzle, but that would be kind of hard, so I will just show you the box top of the puzzle that I'm going to do. And I just thought Madeline was, is it Madeline or Madeline? Anyway, Madeline is just adorable. I love her. And my daughter Kaylin and my granddaughter Cree put this puzzle together yesterday, and it was missing one piece, and it's where the P for Paris is. It's missing a piece right there. But that's fine. We can work around that. And what I thought I might do is use Madeline's head and put it on the, not at the top, but you know, somehow situate it on the Eiffel Tower. Maybe have a couple of the little flowers here and there on it. I have some real buttons like you saw on the other puzzle necklace. Maybe put some of that on there, some seed beads. Just look around at what I have. Right now I've been so busy that I don't even really have time to look for other things to embellish this, but you can always go back and add things. And so if I have any leaves on it, then I'll do like I did on the one puzzle and cut out leaves and put it over the leaves so that you have that. But this is what I'm up to. And it's a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. And so what I'll do is when I get the part of the puzzle that I'm going to use as the base, I will come back and I'll show you how I get it together and get started. So I will see you shortly. Hey everybody, hopefully we're going to go ahead with this segment and we're going to finish our puzzle jewelry. I'm sure there's other types of jewelry. I think maybe if you had a very small little piece of puzzle or two, you could make a really cute ankle bracelet or a regular bracelet. But anyway, or earrings. If you just have to, in my opinion, have the right piece and it would just be adorable. But I had shown you this one and I didn't have a chain on it yet. So I was looking at my jewelry and I found this. This is an old piece and the beads are made out of rolled up paper. So I thought that would be perfect chain for this one. So in a little bit I'm going to put it on there. And I think this might be a piece for a more mature person such as myself rather than a kid, because the chain is longer or the necklace part's longer and all. Anyway, it's just what I think. I think everybody should do what they want to do and shouldn't have to follow rules or whatever. That's the fun part of creating, and being a crafter is just doing what you want to do. So I had my puzzle. I had 3 puzzles out. I was working trying to get this together, and Kaylin decided that she wanted to do a puzzle and she didn't tell me. So now all 3 puzzles were put all together. The pieces are all mixed up. I did what I could do to get the Madeline puzzle so I could show it, but it's going to be a while figuring out those puzzles, so I've just put them in a box, and she had fun, so that is the most important thing. Now this Madeline puzzle is gonna kind of be, or puzzle necklace is gonna be kind of like the child's version of a Mr. T necklace, because here is how big Madeline is. I didn't realize that it was that big, but you know, I'm thinking, I really don't think this would be that attractive trying to wear it as a necklace, but what I was thinking was go ahead and make it as a necklace, put the chain on it and all that, then hang it on a nail in the bedroom or on the door, or hang around the doorknob, you know, something like that, because she's just too cute not to use. So I'll go over what I do, and I've done some of the steps that take a long time. Well, the only thing that really takes a long time is once I get her together, I take E6000 and I squirt some on a little piece of paper, you know, just like a dime size drop. Then I take a toothpick and I'll rub it along the edge of the puzzle piece and I'll fit it into the other one. And you know, I just keep doing that till I have the whole puzzle done, and I'll lay it down, make sure all the pieces are snug. Then I'll lay a heavy book or something on top and let it dry like that. Or you can use your glue gun and do it that way. Basically the same idea, just use the that type of glue. So that's what I've done. And then what takes a long time is I used clear polish on the front just to kind of protect it and give it some shine. On the back I put 2 coats of blue and then a clear coat of top coat nail polish, just same reason, protect it and give it some shine. So this is the main piece, and then these are the 2 pieces I chose to give it some interest, I guess you would say. So I'm going to go ahead and put you down. Whoops. This is what I keep my polish in. I can see what I have and get a hold of it easily. So I keep that in that. And make sure you're at a good spot. Okay. I'm going to use my glue gun, and I'm going to choose the 2 spots that I'm going to put these. And I want to put them kind of where I can hook my whatever chain I want to use, and I don't want to get too much in her face. Or I could use this piece to hook it up. Maybe I'll change sides. That one seems just a little bit bigger. I just don't want to obstruct her hair and her face and her hat and all that too much. Okay, what I'm going to do is make this and this pretty even. That way when we hang it, it will be even. And I'm going to put a couple big hot glue dots because I want it raised up a little bit to give it a little depth, I guess you might say. So just put your glue dots, and this will work in a minute. And it doesn't take but a minute for this to dry. I don't know why this glue gun is not wanting to cooperate. it's really a fun project, and one that your children would probably enjoy, or your grandchildren, because you can be quite creative with it. So there's that one. And here's this one. And just put it where you know the puzzle piece is going to lay. And then I'm going to go ahead. This is going to be partly hanging off the edge, so I need something to help hold it up. Let's see. It's got to hold it up just till it dries, and that will work perfectly. So there's that. And then, let's see, I think I'll put this one like that. So I've got to put a little more glue. Y'all are so patient with me. I appreciate it. Okay, doesn't take but a second for those to dry. So now what I'm going to do is I took these leaves that you get from the Dollar Tree, and I have painted just in the area I know I'm going to use. I painted clear polish so they won't fray. And now I'm going to cut some leaves out of it, small leaves out of the big leaf. And then I'm going to put it on. So what I like to do when I do my leaves is I like to at the bottom of the leaf, I like to cut at least a ½ inch up, just a little slit, and then put a dot of hot glue, and then fold one end over the other, and it gives body to the leaf. And you can kind of form the leaf, see that where that kind of sits up now and has a little bit of movement to it, or whatever you might say. So now I'm going to add it to my necklace, and I think a leaf right here would be pretty to that little flower. So I'm adding that. And I'm going to add just a few. And you know, once you feel like you've finished a project, doesn't mean that you're actually done. You can always go back and add more detail to whatever you've done until, you know, you're finally happy with the outcome. So we'll add a couple leaves to the daisy. And let's put another leaf on this one. I think I'm going to put this one. And I'm going to add that, like a double leaf there. So that's that. And I had everything laid out here to show you what I was doing, and now I am missing a button. But I have I bought a bunch of buttons at one of the craft stores, and they're hearts and circles and all that. So probably that button is right in front of me and I just don't see it, but that's okay. I know that I have a yellow button, so that's what I'm gonna get. And so right here on this one, I think I'll put that like that and hide the little edges of the leaves. And then on this one, I'll put it where it hides the little edges of the leaves. So far, this is what we've done. And next, I'm going to add some beads. And this is my bead box. And this is just 99% of it is jewelry that I have just unstrung the beads. So let's see. I'm trying to find a color that would complement something. And I wish I had some red to do her hair or some yellow, and I don't have either one, so I have some white here. So this is her little collar. So what I do is I have 2 toothpicks. If I want to be very precise, I'll stick the toothpick in the hole of the bead. I'll dab it in the E6000, then I'll put it where I want it, and then push it off with the other toothpick, and that seems to work out real well for me. So, but right here, I think I want to just do like just a little just not a real conformed look. So I put some E6000 and get some on the toothpick and rub it around on where I want the beads to be. And then I'll take the beads and just scatter them. And be sure, you know, they're where you want them to be. So I will show you. So that gives a little interest to her bow on her dress. Okay. On the hat, I think I'm going to add some up here. You can be messy. I like things to look natural, and to me, in my world, things are messy. A lot of times because with my daughter and my husband, I'm heating breakfast. I'm going to have some lima beans and cornbread. So I'm heating that. But I have these little beads. And just trying to get those on. I probably should have had them out. If you do want to do some beading, you can really save a lot of money if you buy beads at yard sales and stuff where it's made into jewelry and then just take it apart. I found some real nice vintage beads that way. So I'm trying to hurry with this so you can see. So this is basically along the hat there, just enough to give it a little shimmer. And so what I think I'm going to do is go ahead off camera and, oh, I found my button. And wouldn't you know, it's the exact button I chose. If I can pick it up. There was a button I had, and it's the same one that I put on. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put a little more beads on it and see if I see anything else I'll put on it, and see if I can find a chain. I think what I'm going to do, since this is not going to be worn as a necklace, I think I'll just put a ribbon on it where it can be hung on the wall or on the door, and I think that would be cuter. But anyway, I guess my suggestion is, if you want to do this, make sure your puzzle pieces are small enough. I'm not disappointed in this at all. I just would have liked for her to have worn it, but it's just really too big. So when I come back, I'll have it all put together for you. I'm back with the finished necklaces, and I'll show you what I did. I went ahead and put the necklace part of this one on, and I really love this necklace so much that I did it where you could see the necklace instead of like gluing it on the back. You can see I kind of did it around the front a little bit, but I think that this chain or necklace just goes perfectly with that. And it's a little whimsical, a little fun. That's kind of the way I like things. So there's that one. And I don't know if I told you, I probably did. This is pine cone petals and just a button in the center. And all I put on it was that and the beads. So here is Madeline, or Madeline. I put this ribbon on her just to hang. I put some beads in the flower center there and over on that heart. I put one little bling on her hat where I put some beads too. I put a little bit of red right there. I had to go through a lot of beads to try to find a few. The white there, you know. I put a little bit of beads in the leaves. In those leaves also. Once you put your beads, if you want to put a little nail polish over them to help protect them, you can. But that's basically it. I think I went over all the steps. The time-consuming thing is when you paint the back, which you don't have to paint the back. I just like to, especially if you wear it as a necklace, to help protect it from wear. But just letting the polish dry. Otherwise, you just put your puzzle together and gather your things you want to decorate it with, and there you have it. So I'll just show you once again. Here is the door hanger. Here is the little squirrel from the vintage puzzle. And here is the little Christmas, or not Christmas, but Halloween puzzle for Kaylin. So this was a lot of fun. I got to use my imagination a lot. I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope you make yourself or somebody you love one. Have a great day. Take care. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.